Hello. I'm so sorry. Good evening.
Raymond.
Yes, teacher.
We have 2 minutes. I want to read to you Venerable
Okay.
Jigme's answer to your questions on the Arhat's body.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is what Venerable Jigme say. I asked
Okay.
Venerable Jigme, say, we know that the Buddha has this rainbow body of light. Oh, maybe I can put it into recording. Yeah. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, I'll answer that later on.
Okay.
Eight 8:30. Hello, can we do the, oh, it's already under recording. I didn't notice about that. Okay, welcome back everyone to ACI 2. This is class 8. We are going to do the different proof of emptiness today. And today is 20th of June, 2024. Let's gather our mind and set our motivation as we normally do before we start. So get into your meditative posture. Close your eyes. And just watch your breath until you hear from me again. Now, bring to mind a being who is a manifestation of perfect love, perfect compassion, and perfect wisdom. See them appearing before you just by way of you thinking of them. They're gazing at you with love, smiling at you with their holy great compassion. Your wisdom radiates from them, a warm, glowing blue encompassing you in its light. Then we hear them say, bring to mind someone who is hurting in some way. Think about how much you would like to help them, the holy ways that you've tried or you might try. Recognize how those holy ways fall short. How wonderful it will be if we can also help them in some deep and ultimate way, a way through which they can stop their distress forever. Draw that wish and go into an intention when you're ready. Now you bring your mind back to your holy guide. They know what we need to know, what we need to learn, what we need to do. And so we ask them, please show me that. They are so happy that we have asked, and of course they agree. Our gratitude arises. I want to offer them something exquisite. And we think of the perfect world that they teach us to create. Imagine we can hold it in our hands and we offer it to them, following it with our promise to practice what they teach us in the form of a refuge prayer. Here is the great earth, filled with the smell of the incense, covered with a blanket of flowers, the great mountain, four lands, wearing a jewel of the sun and the moon. In my mind, I make them the paradise of the Buddha and offer to you by this deed. May every living being experience the pure world. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kami Atayami. Go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the highest community. Through the merit that I do in giving and the rest, may I reach Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. Go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the highest community. Through the merit that I do in giving and the rest, may I reach Buddhahood for the sake of all beings. Go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the highest community. Through the merit that I do in giving and the rest, I will become a Buddha for the sake of all beings. Maybe some. Attention back here when you're ready. We will start off with the quiz first. I owe you two. One was last week and one was the week before. Let me read the question. Number one, when I reach Nirvana, I blow out my negative emotion. Yay, I got it correct. Question two, how to remove our anger permanently? Everybody got it correct. Recognize that the person who makes us angry does not exist. Here it means does not exist from his own side, self-existently. Question three, coming out of the direct perception of emptiness. And when I realize the four area truth, this happens on path 3. Path 3. Yeah. It sounds to be like path 4, right? But actually it's path 3. It's still within path 3. And question 4. What is the connection between natural nirvana, which means emptiness, and nirvana? So when I see natural nirvana, I reach nirvana, the one in blue. When I see emptiness directly, I reach nirvana. Actually, not directly, not immediately, but we want to make it like more dramatic. Okay. So when I see natural nirvana, means you see emptiness directly, I reach nirvana. Okay, so that was 2 weeks before. Let's look at the one last week. Question 1. I reach nirvana and I still have this left over. The nirvana with something left over will be the impure body. Impure body, the one in blue. Your mind already pure, but you have impure body only left. Those suffering heaps to finish. Question 2. When I reach nirvana, I become arhat. Arhat, the one in red. Arya will be the one who see emptiness directly at path number 3. Okay? And then you still got some homework to do, some practice, path of habituation. Then finally you reach path number 5, arhat. Become an arhat. And question 3. I am an enemy destroyer. Who is my enemy? Oh, luckily everybody says my bad thought. Nobody say bad people. Everybody got it correct. Yay. And question 4. See emptiness directly and habituate our mind to the higher wisdom is the way to reach nirvana. True or false? 833% say true. Yay. But somebody say false. I don't know why. Is there anybody want to tell me why you say why? Why you say false? If you're here. No? Okay. So those have finished both quiz. And before I jump into it, I want to answer some question before I forget. So there's this question that say, okay, I read out the question that I phrased to Venerable Jigme. We know that the Buddha has this rainbow body of light. What about our hearts in Nirvana with nothing left over? I know they don't have a suffering body like me. What kind of body do they have, if any? So that is my question to Venerable Jigme. This is Venerable Jigme's answer. She say, the thing about a Buddha or an arhat's body is that it's not self-existent. So their perception is completely different from ours. You could say it's like a rainbow. But what does that mean? Their experience of their body is different from anything we could imagine. I think an arhat would have a body of pure bliss, but that's just from the point of experience. But if you saw them, they might look like anyone else. Okay, yeah, that's Venerable Jigme's answer. Okay, I hope you answer Raymond's question. And I also have Jenny's question I need to answer before I forget. She asked about, is it, I don't know whether I phrased it correctly. She asked something like the possibility, or is it okay for me to see myself as a Buddha? That time I said no, because I didn't see myself as a Buddha yet. But it is possible. If emptiness is possible, you can see yourself as a Buddha. And it is a practice for the higher teaching. But in open teaching, I doubt they emphasize that they mention about that. But for open teaching, they do mention many times that you see yourself as they have the stage where you see yourself as the enlightened being. I don't do that. I'm not very good in that practice yet. Okay, and that is Jenny's question. Yay, finally, okay. Today we are going to do some boring stuff. I have to give you a hint first. Don't blame me. Bear with me. It's about the different proof of emptiness. It's not easy. I don't know how many classes I review again and again in order to finally understand that in my previous class. And then it is very difficult, this one. So bear with me, and it's very boring. Okay, ready? 5 proof of emptiness. Okay, different proofs of emptiness. This is our topic today. Okay, we are going to learn 5 different ways to prove selflessness or emptiness. There are 5 classical proof through logical reasoning to help us to understand selflessness. And this is in your homework question 1. And all you need to do is to just give the name. Give the name. And we are not going to study this 5. We are only going to zoom in and study 1 only, which is the emptiness of one or many. Okay, so the first one is called Chitudral. For blessing's sake, please say after me, Chitudral. Chitudral. Chik means one. Du means many. Dral means empty, which is the proof, the emptiness of one or many proof. the emptiness of one or many proof. In this logical reasoning, we can say that all things either exist as one or they exist as many. And we are going to go very deep into this, the first proof. We'll come back to this. Okay? So right now you just need to know the name first. Chitudrel is the emptiness of one or many. The next one is called Doje Segma. Please say after me, Doje Segma. Doje is diamond. Segma is sliver, which means the sliver of diamond proof. Sliver of diamond proof. Sliver is like, if you break the diamond, you smash the diamond, the small piece is called a sliver. And each piece of it is 100% pure diamond. Okay, and they represent the quality of, they want to bring this, they want to use diamond as representing emptiness, which we will cover in detail in ACI 6, in ACI 6, in very, very detail. So in this class, I noticed that the teacher never covered at all. But because I read the reading and I try to understand the reading, and I'm the type who need to draw with the picture, it's difficult for me to understand. So I finally understand about that. I'm so happy. Okay. I won't go into detail, but I will read out, I will just read it out. Things can arise from themselves. Things can arise from something else. Things can arise from both. Things can arise without a cause. This is an excellent example. I really love this, and this is like Nagarjuna to me. Okay. As always, the missing piece that I quickly touch upon this. I won't mention in detail, but very fast. Like let's say the anger. This person, the angry boss in the office. When they say things cannot arise from themselves, means that the anger in the boss is not coming from the angry boss is not coming from the angry boss. The anger is not coming from the angry boss himself. If the anger is coming from the angry boss, then he will be an angry man all the time. Anger comes from themselves. Do they come from themselves? No. If it is, then he'll be angry, 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 angry from day one. He'll be angry baby. Not only angry all the time, he's angry from day one when he's born. But we don't see him angry all the time. That shows that the anger is not coming from him. It's not inside him. It's not coming from him. Then where it comes from? Then we say, oh, they come from something else. Maybe, for example, because he's hungry, he's stressed, he's tired. Okay, all those reasons that we typically think the person angry is because, oh, because I didn't hit the target, okay, or because he quarreled with his wife, okay. So I just want to use one example to make it easy. Okay, he's hungry. So when we say the anger in the angry boss come from something else, which is hungry, because he's hungry. But does that mean that each time he's hungry, he'll be angry? No. Sometimes he's hungry, he never get angry. But so the anger not come from something else. If it is not coming from themselves, and it's not coming from something else, then they cannot come from both. And they definitely cannot come about without a cause. It cannot happen without a cause. Okay, it's not saying that it's not happening at all. It's just that none of this can happen without our part. Okay? So this is my favorite. This one is my favorite, Doje Sigma. I really love this so much, and you can apply it to many example in life. Okay, you don't have to know. Okay, just that today I get excited, so I just cover that. Okay, the next one, number 3. Yume Kiego. For blessing's sake, please say you means exist. May not. Kie means arise. God to deny. Yume Kiego. What proof is this? It is the denial that things which exist or do not exist at the time of cause could arise ultimately. I also need picture. No picture, this also I cannot understand, but I won't go into that. And then number 4 is called Mushi Kego. Mushi Kego. Mu, possibility. Shi, for. We learn Mushi Musum in ACI 1, chapter 2, if I'm not mistaken. Mushi Kego. Kie means arise, God means deny. What is that? It's a denial that things could arise through any of the 4 possibilities. Okay. Hold on, I reverse a bit, go stun. Go back for this one. I want to read out the statement. Even though we don't have to know, let me read out. Okay, for number 3 again, the denial that things which exist or do not exist at the time of cause could arise ultimately. It means that results which exist at the time of cause do not arise ultimately. Results which do not exist at the time of cause do not arise ultimately. Results that both exist and do not exist at the time of cause do not arise ultimately. Results that neither exist nor do not exist at the time of cause do not arise ultimately. It's okay, we don't understand, no worries. We are not, we don't have to know this one yet. And then we come to number 4, which I missed out number 3 statement just now. Come back here. Number 4 is the denial that things could arise through any of the 4 possibilities. Mushi Kego. What is that? It's the denying that multiple results come from multiple causes. Denying that single result come from multiple causes. Denying that multiple results come from single cause. Denying that single result come from single cause. Mushimusu. And number 5, oh, I'm so happy I'm coming to the end. Okay. Number 5, tendrel give repay. Tendrel, yeah, it's the interdependence. Gi of Rigpa reasoning. Sana, tendrel gi repay. Tendrel gi repay. This number 5 reasoning is called reasoning of interdependence. Reasoning of dependent origination. We learned that word in ACI 1, chapter 9. Chapter 9 and 10. Things are not self-existent because they depend on other things. Makes sense? If things depend on other things, they cannot exist self-existently. That makes sense. That is easy to understand. This reasoning is the most powerful, and therefore it is also known as the king of reasoning. Rigpe, Galpo. Rigpe is the reasoning, Galpo is the king of reasoning. So just a quick recap. These are the 5 types of reasoning. Just now we go through the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You just need to name it in your homework question 1. These are the ways that we can prove selflessness. There are many ways that you can prove selflessness. It's like, I like this picture. Can you see the picture, the trying out the shoes? So these are the different ways that you can help you to come to understand emptiness or selflessness. So you try out different shoes and see which one fit you, which one is easy to understand. Yeah, and that will help you. It's like yeah, just try out the different shoes, the different types of reasoning. So that is question 1. Okay, we don't have to go into the detail. And why should we use this type of reasoning to help us to prove selflessness? What do you think? Why should we prove emptiness or selflessness? Why? Guess what? Why should we prove that? Why should we go and prove selflessness? Selflessness, emptiness. We cannot perceive with our eyes, right? We can only use our logical thinking to help us to understand. And if we use the logical reasoning to help us to prove that, then our basis for our belief will be stronger. We say, oh yeah, okay, Lord Buddha tell us things have, they have no self-nature. Yeah. If you can just believe that and accept that, wow, that's great. But if you can prove to yourself, that will be, you will have a stronger belief. Your faith will be stronger before doubt set in at some point in our life. Doubt will set in, especially when we face some challenge in life, very challenging situation, then we start to doubt that. So it's good to prove to ourselves of selflessness. Things have no self-nature. And when you have a great challenge in life, it will help you because you have worked through that before the doubt set in. Let me see what is Ellen, scientifically proven to make the brain think logically. Excellent. Oh, I didn't know you're here, Ellen. Thank you for being here. I thought you will miss the class because I told him in advance. I said, hey, Ellen, don't miss class 8. But class 9 was boring. I thought today he won't come. Thanks for coming for the boring stuff. Okay. But the boring stuff is only for the initial, I think class 9 will be very challenging. Class 9 next lesson will be very interesting. So today a bit boring. So Alan said that if you prove to yourself, then your brain will be able, scientifically proven to make the brain think logically. Yeah, I agree with that. I write here, let me see. If I have proven to myself through logical reasoning and when something challenging happen in my life, I will be able to bring myself back and say that, oh, bad cannot come from good. Remember, good come from good, bad come from bad. Okay, bad cannot come from good. But remember there's a time gap. So I will have to work it out with my brain. Okay, there's this time gap, and what is happening right now is a dry cement. Okay, it's a dry cement. You cannot do anything. Okay, but if you're going to act negatively, then you see yourself, what is the seed that you're collecting? Yeah, I don't want that. Okay, so I want to collect only the good one, the white seeds. I don't want to see another samsaric experience. And so you'll be able to pull back. And if I cannot take it, what I normally do is that I will take one step back. Take one step back to like regroup. Like, you know, you watch those Chinese movie, the army, when they are fighting, isn't it? Then when they almost going to lose, they have to retreat, retreat, and then they need to regroup. So something like that. So I will retreat, I will move backwards, one step back and regroup and work with this logical thing. Does that make the person who make me angry disappear? No, he's still there. Yeah. Will it make me feel like, oh, now I understand emptiness, everything is okay? No, but it does help in the sense that the impact will be less, how should I put it? It's like soft landing, you know, it's not like too hard because you understand that you will be able to kind of not blame the person so much. And because you don't blame, you take responsibility, you're working with your seeds. So it will help. It's not that you feel good. You still don't feel like, oh, I'm okay. After I understand this, I'm okay. I still don't feel good, but I don't want to be a slave to my feeling, I tell myself. Okay, the feelings also come from seeds. They are ripening. I don't feel good. I don't want to follow the egg-worthy thoughts, the feeling, which is the source of all suffering. The feeling, because you're very basong. Right now it's happening. You are not feeling, inside you're very angry, not happy, right? And then you react because of the feeling. If you just follow your feeling in that situation, what they ask you to do, what they kind of like move you to do something which is bad. So I don't follow that naughty girl inside there that asked me to do the thing. Yeah, the egg-worthy thoughts, the renunciation of the egg-worthy thoughts. Renunciation, we are renunciating the egg-worthy thoughts. Yeah, I don't feel good. Okay, and the thoughts will, oh, I don't not feel good. Then you want to fight back. Okay, or you want to do something which is not good. Whatever it is, you will have a tendency want to do something not so good. So I ask myself, when you do this, you plant the seed. What is the seed that you plant? You collect. You're collecting another samsara experience. Is that what you want? No. Then just, if you really feel bad, just back off. Just back off for a while. Just back off. So I back off. You must know how to release your own unhappiness. Everybody have their own unhappiness, tension, correct or not? You must have a venue to release your unhappiness or your tension. Like me, I like to go for facial and foot reflexology. I enjoy it so much. I spend so much money on that. So they always say, "Ayo, you can easily get the one, those massage chair." I said, I don't like that. I like human to massage. Okay. So that makes me happy. So when I'm not, I need to release stress, I go for massage. Okay, so you must learn how to do that. Okay, find your own way, whatever way it is. And reassure yourself, oh, there is another skill. Okay, I put it one side. Okay, so Alan said, can we go beyond react to bad things? Wait, oops, message gone. So that I don't even think it's bad. You want to. But will your mind listen to you? Yeah. We all want that peace. We want happiness, friend. We want everything. But will your mind feel in that peace of happiness as you ask your mind, I want happiness, the happiness come. No. If it is, then we won't be like, finding the answer. But because we have been here countless of lifetime, that way our mind work in such a way that we have collected these impure parts. I don't know about you. Maybe you're just pretending to be my holy being, to be my student to help me. But I have these suffering hips. I want to feel everything beautiful. Is my life beautiful? Yes. But is there suffering? Yes. Okay. So there are things that piss me off. Okay. So it's not all 100% beautiful yet. I want to feel it beautiful. But does that just like by wishful thinking? I just wish, no, I don't. So I need to work to understand where it's coming from the proof of the selflessness, and not create another samsaric experience. And as I understand that, then slowly, I'll be able to respond better and better. Slowly, I'll be able to catch it on the moment. Do I catch it at the moment? Yeah, sometimes I'm okay, but I cannot say 365 days, I cannot say that it's 24 hours, every minute, every second. Yeah, I wish I can. But that is a good question. And that is our goal, Ellen. How nice it is if we can go beyond reacting to bad things, isn't it now, Ellen? I wish I can. Give me the blessing, the magic. I want that. But we have to collect the karma for that to happen. And by coming here, by attending all these classes, okay, we collect the seeds for us to be able to do it. Remember the two wings of the bird? Two wings of the bird, you need both. Okay? You need both. You need to understand the emptiness. This is what we are doing. And you need to collect a lot of good seeds. And when you have these both, then you will be able to, they help each other, upward spiral. Yeah, and you'll be able to do that. I want that too. Who is Zoom user? Me too. I like to go to massage to de-stress. I don't know. Oh, Zoom users. Angela, yay. And another kaki. Okay. And then gratitude. Zane say gratitude. Oh, yeah. Gratitude is so important. I didn't know. I didn't know gratitude is so important. I think I maybe in the past also I wasn't grateful much earlier when I was younger. Yeah, I'm so thankful because I learned all this Dharma. I start to be so thankful. Sometimes I find that did I piss people off when I say grateful so many times? Unconsciously, I prove it. I don't know why it just come up from me. What is wrong with you? I said this is a commercial setting. Can you please shut up? When people say grateful in a commercial setting, you hear that a lot in the Dharma event. But to say that enough one time is enough already. That is already. It's already out already. And then you say how many times you want to say it? Oh, thank you. I love that, Angela. Yeah, I just share with the colleague to be grateful today. Yeah. We don't see that. Then I realize how powerful it is. How powerful it is. I won't talk about that. I believe you're all expert, for the grateful. I'm not a very grateful person when I was young because of some past experience that I think people owe me. Yeah, don't deserve that. And, but I'm so thankful already again because I meet Dharma. I'm so grateful. Every morning when I wake up, the first thing I'm grateful already. The first thing that come to my mind, I make it a practice. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful. Yeah. Okay, so okay, and then the second part in this class is to learn to set up the logical statement. We call it syllogism. I don't know, I pronounce it correctly, not syllogism. And we are going to focus on the first proof of emptiness of one or many. Today, we only learn two things. Yeah, Angela, first time in the morning, I wrote what to be grateful to. I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, it will help you. It helps me so much. Yeah. So we learned two things today. One is the 5 proof. Then we need to learn the second thing is setting up the logical statement. Okay. Don't laugh at the end of it. You know, when don't be like me. Okay. Oh, okay. I believe all of you quite not like me. Okay. So setting up the logical statement, there are syllogism. There are 3 parts. Sometimes there are 4. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one is called subject, which is what is a topic for consideration. Number 2 is the assertion, the characteristic we are trying to prove, what we want to prove, what we want to prove. 3, the reason. And number 4, the example, if you have an example. Okay. Okay, so this is the logical statement for the emptiness of one or many. Subject, assertion, reason. SAR, subject, assertion, reason. Sorry, again, subject, assertion, reason. Okay, we are going to dive into each one of these, each statement, and go into very detail. Number 1, for the subject, in this proof of emptiness, one or many, we use the classical presentation of the 3 knowledge. The 3 knowledge will be our subject. Why? Because the 3 knowledge is the main subject of the book that we are studying in the perfection of wisdom. So the subject will be consider the 3 knowledge. Okay, the subject always will be like consider the angry boss in the office, something like that. Okay, consider the 3 knowledge. Okay, so this is the classical presentation. We will follow that. And what are the 3 knowledge? Basic knowledge, path knowledge, the knowledge of all things. What is the basic knowledge? It is the perception of selflessness. Is there a difference between selflessness and emptiness? Sometimes you say selflessness, sometimes you say emptiness. Are they the same? So selflessness is used for the lower track. Remember the lower track, we learned the 3 track, right? We learned the lower track, listener track, self-made Buddha track, the lower, these 2 track, they are Hinayana. So the basic knowledge is the perception of selflessness by the Hinayana person, okay? And we use selflessness to differentiate from the emptiness the Mahayana has. The Mahayana, we call it emptiness. For the Hinayana, we say selflessness. B, the path knowledge, is the perception of emptiness by a bodhisattva, Mahayana. And then C, the knowledge of all things, is the Buddha state of mind, the omniscient mind, the one that knows everything in the universe, past, present, and future. The way we look at things in the deceptive reality, and also in the ultimate reality. Our mind cannot wrap about that. I cannot wrap my mind around that idea, to be very honest. I cannot. So consider the 3 knowledge. You don't have to know what are the 3 knowledge, but I just mentioned here. Even you don't know what are 3 knowledge, it would not affect how we set up this logical statement and how it can help us to come to the conclusion later on come to how it can help us to get a logical reasoning on selflessness. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you don't know the three knowledge, it's okay. Okay, so the next one is assertion, right? So subject is consider the three knowledge. Then the next one, assertion. What is our assertion? What is the thing that we want to prove? We say, they don't exist really. They don't exist really. Really, you can see that I highlight that now. I make it in capital letter. Really, they don't exist really. What do you mean by really? Means that in it, from it, means that self-existently. They don't exist self-existently. They don't exist in it, from it. They don't exist from their own side with some unique nature from their own. They don't exist really means they don't exist independently, independent of any other factor. What is this any other factor? Remember what school are we in? What school? Ta-da! 50-50. What is the hat that we put on? The 50-50 school. So what is the 50-50? What is the 50-50? Independent of what? Can somebody tell me? We still,
Is it 50 believe that 50 believe that coming from outside and 50 is coming from outside?
yeah. Another 50, eh?
50 coming from outside, like self assist
From their own side.
just
Okay.
50 is from outside lah. Something like that, right?
Okay. Correct. Yeah. So 50-50 school say independent of the thing appearing to me, the thing must appear to me, and my perceiving it, and my mind perceiving it. So 50-50. Remember the other day we say got the long and black. There's a long and black. And in my mind, then must sit in my mind, the picture open and lay on it and say this is a pen. The 50 come from here with some long and black is outside, and then another 50 come from me. Okay, so when we say things don't exist, they don't exist really. The really here means self-existently from their own side only. But we are in the 50-50 school. So when we say things exist, really means they exist independent of the thing appearing to me and my perceiving it. Okay, say that is they don't exist really. And then the reason why they don't exist really, because they do not exist really as one thing, nor do they exist really as many things. What is that? Okay, yeah, read the subject again. Consider the three knowledge. The assertion, they don't exist really. Reason, because they don't exist really as one thing, nor do they exist really as many things. Oh, does that prove? Is that a logical statement? When I first learned, I got a shock. When I first learned, what? Yang? Okay. I said, what is that? Okay. But after a while, I slowly understand where they're coming from. They look simple, but it can be very powerful. So bear with it. It's not complete yet. Okay, I want to tell you there's part 2, Ellen. Okay, part 2 in chapter 9 that really proves that. Okay, today not yet. That's why. So if you never listen to chapter 9, then we go, that one is a proof. How can that be a proof? It's not complete yet. Okay, and we will go into chapter 9 to prove that they do not exist really as one thing. So we are going to prove, again I say, we are going to prove they do not exist really as one thing in chapter 9 next week. Okay or not? If I can prove that things do not, if I can prove that one don't exist really, one thing don't exist really self-existently, do I still need to prove that they do not exist really as many things? Here, many means multiple single things. There's one. Understand? Again, if I can prove that one thing does not exist self-existently, then obviously I don't have to prove that many things don't exist self-existently. Agree or not? Because this many is a multiple of one. Example, if I can prove to you that one Martian doesn't exist, I don't have to prove 100 Martian doesn't exist. Think about that, true or not? True or not? Yeah. Okay, if I prove one Martian doesn't exist, then I don't have to prove 100 Martians doesn't exist. Okay, so it makes sense. That one makes sense. Is it that part okay? That part I'm okay also. The thing is, how to know whether one thing doesn't exist self-existently? How to prove that? And that's where we are going to do that in chapter 9 to prove that things do not exist as one from their own side. We have to prove that first. Okay, yeah. Emerald say, yes, agree, yeah. In simple word, red pill or blue pill? True. Okay, blah, blah, no worries. Ellen, you need to complete chapter 9. I also very blah, blah on this, but when I first learned this, I tell you, I never understand. And for me, years also, I never understand. I say, what is that, you see? But it is simple and can be very useful. You can try to later on apply in other things. You see, now we just consider the 3 knowledge because that is the classical example. Later on, you don't have to test first. You finish chapter 9, only test. You test on other things in your life. Test on the problem in your life. Okay, so right now we just accept, we just learn how to set up a logical statement. Okay, now. Many parts, they are empty also. Yep. Okay, and then the example would be why we say that things don't exist really, because they do not exist really as one thing. They do not exist really as many things. They are like the reflection or the image in the mirror. Let's look at the reflection or the image in the mirror. This is a very interesting thing. Very, very interesting thing. Okay. Okay, this one. I like this one so much. I like this the best. Ayah, why the picture like that? I like this picture the most. They are like the reflection or the image in the mirror. They look real, but are they real? They seem to be real. And if a baby or a puppy look at their own image, they look at the mirror, they seriously believe the reflection is a real thing. They seriously believe that. I have this picture, so I really like this. I look at the dog. They really seriously believe the reflection is a real thing. So the same thing for the thing outside in our reality, like this baby. If the mommy is standing at the back of the baby and the baby see the reflection in the mirror, what the baby will do, he will move in front and want to go close to his mother because he truly believes it's in front. He truly believes it's in front, but actually it is behind us. What is happening is that it is a reflection of the image in our mind.
So, sorry, Richard, can I say, teacher Richard, can I say actually is the image actually is already over already, it's a past already, right?
Yeah, it represents, is a reflection of our past behavior.
Past behavior, right?
Yeah, what we do, create the imprint, like the projector is running right here, right? And then we see the thing that we are interacting, and then we 100% believe is outside. But remember 50-50, another 50% come from my side here. Okay, so they don't exist really self-existently from their own side. It's like the reflection in the mirror. That one have to keep on think and cook on the reflection of the mirror. Seems very easy. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, baby, of course, puppy. But how can we apply that in our life? What I'm seeing in my life, how can I use that?
It's also partly, like you say, it's the imprint of the plant. Also partly inside.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
We think the thing is in front of us, right? But actually it's behind us. And that's very interesting thing. When we start to blame somebody or I get upset is because I'm interacting with the mirror's image. I'm interacting with my mirror's image. I want you to take a minute and think about that. Yes, Angela, it is our projection. So the three knowledge or anything in our reality, any object of experience, we think they exist as an independent thing, so as ourselves. But they are a reflection of something inside us. We think it's in front, but it's behind us. Okay, so we come back to the logical statement. Come back to the logical statement. So our, just a review. Today we study the 5 types of logical reasoning to prove selflessness. Then number 2, we learn to set up a logical statement, which consists of either 3 parts or 4, which is a subject, SAR, subject, assertion, reason. And then we will do chapter 9 to prove this one. They do not exist really as one thing. Right now, we cannot say, is it yes or no? Because we haven't really proved it yet. This is the logical statement. Again, consider the 3 knowledge. They don't exist really, means from their own side, because they don't exist really as one thing from their own side, nor do they exist really as many things from their own side. So I don't know whether is it true they do not exist really as one thing from their own side, or they do not exist really as many things from their own side. Until I can prove that is it true they do not exist really as one thing in chapter 9 next week. If I prove that, yes, they do not exist really as one thing from their own side, then I don't have to prove that they do not exist really as many things like what Emerald say. Yes, she agree with that. Yeah. Okay, so until then, we leave this as it is first. Okay, we leave this one, the green color one, we'll leave it as it is, and we'll come back to prove that next week. So we just learned the logical statement only today. I have questions for you. Let me see what I write down. Okay, what are we trying to prove? What is a subject? Do you still remember? We are trying to prove that what is our subject? Okay. We say that the 3 knowledge, yes, Ellen. Oh, I think you're such a good student. Please do your homework, okay? I want to see you get an ACI certificate, really. I'll be very happy to see that. Okay, basic knowledge, path knowledge, and knowledge of all things. Yeah, the 3 knowledge, very good. What Ellen said, they do not exist really. So my question to you is, what is really? To help you to understand, we have some question and respond. So is it true? The first thing we want to say, the 3 knowledge do not exist really. So what is really? What is really? Any words that come to your mind, want to type in the chat? Really, it does not exist really. Self-existence, correct, self-existent. Emerald say real reality, fake reality. Okay, really means that from it, in it, self-existently is a gacha. Okay, independent of appearing to me and me perceiving it. So now my question to you, do the 3 knowledge exist or not? Do the 3 knowledge exist or not? What do you think? Do they exist or not? Angela say yes. Anybody else? Yes or no? Raymond say no. They don't exist. Say no. They don't exist. Really? Ellen very smart. Wow, Ellen is a very smart student, man. They don't exist. Okay. So you yes and no also correct. If I ask you, you can answer that. You can answer why is yes, why is no, then you're correct. So I ask you, do they exist? Angela say, yes, they exist. They exist how? They exist. You need to add the word deceptively, Angela. Okay. They exist deceptively. The deceptively means, you remember last week we said deceptively means what? When we say things exist deceptively in the 50-50 school, it means the things exist cause and effect, correct? Dependent origination, the 50-50. That means the thing exists deceptively. The thing appearing to me and my perceiving it. So Angela, you should say, yes, deceptively. Yes, they exist as three deceptively. Raymond say, no, they don't exist. Raymond say no, Zane say no, Richie also say no, they don't exist. Why they don't exist, Zane? Is there anybody want to say? Can I hear from you why they don't exist? Richie or Zane or Raymond, do you want to say something?
Is it to say that because in order to see them exist, it has to come from my seed. So they don't exist on its own on how to say, do not exist on its own.
We created the seed.
Correct. Yeah, but 50-50, yeah. Yeah, you created the seeds. It's coming from your seeds. 50 come from your seeds. 50 come from their side. Okay? Because we are in the lower middle way. We are in the lower middle way. Okay, great. And then Alan say, they don't exist really. Perfect. Because they are like the reflection in the mirror. So definitely is non-existence when you say on their side. Yeah, they exist from their own side.
When you say on their side, what do you mean by on their side? That means the 50-50. Can you maybe explain a little bit clearer on when you say 50-50, right? One is, okay, maybe we don't use the seed thing. So maybe we can use it as, is it a subconscious thing? Or is it a karma thing or whatever? I don't know. When you say 50-50.
Okay. The 50 come from where, Alan? The first 50 come from where? The thing must appear to me, must appear to us. So there's long and black, something appear to me. Okay? And then the other 50, like what you say, it comes from us. To come from us can be where you mentioned consciousness. Yeah, of course, where your consciousness come from. Now, why you have this consciousness? It come from your seeds. Diobo, come from your seeds, your conscious. The seeds in your consciousness for you to see that you have this thing, for you to call this a pen. So main thing is 50% come from the thing that appear to me. 50% has to come from my side.
The 50% come from the seed or the consciousness, but the 50% is our, is it something like we how to 50% come from the seed, 50% come from we see things.
Yeah, like let's say this pen, this thing in here, for the lower middle way, they say that there are something like long and black something out there, some raw data from their own side. Okay, 50% come from that appearing to me. And then another 50% come from my side. There's a picture in my mind, the seat, or like Richie say, the seats open. And then for me to see this as a pen. So 50% come from me, from my mind perceiving it. And 50% come from the thing itself. That is the lower middle way, 50-50.
But if we don't even have that thing in mind, right, where does this so-called existing come from? You see, the whole thing is like, we don't even have this. Imagine just the pen, you don't even there, or nothing even there. So if behind me is also empty, in front of me also empty, how you define the 50-50? Imagine there's no pen. Behind me is also
Then whatever
empty.
is appear to you, whatever the thing appear to you that exists for you, like right now, 50% come from the screen here in front of me, and then 50% come from my seats to be able to sit here and put you all together. Oh, I'm having a class. The first 50% come from the making up of different parts, and another 50% come from my past behavior. 50% is the raw data outside. It's the raw data, the color, the shapes, okay, the size, the tone that we get all this data. And then the other 50%, we organize it. Whatever it is called for you. So for the puppy, we say that, oh, this is a chew toy. 50% come from the dog. 50% come from this thing. Whatever is in existence for you. Like you say, if you don't have the seeds for that, then it does not, you did not establish the existence of the thing. Okay, let's give another example. Okay, let me use my slide. I want to go to this one because we are discussing this one right now. We say whether exists really or not really. Here means that the thing is self-existently. Okay, when we say self-existently, it means that there are two ways. Either one way, the thing is there on its own. Without my, like you say, empty. Here, I don't have the seed. If I don't have the seed, if it is 100% coming from the object, then everybody will see the tree knowledge. Everybody will know this is a tree knowledge. Everyone come and say, oh, this is the tree knowledge. Oh, this is a pen. But not everybody know that this is a pen. The child doesn't know this. The baby doesn't know this is a pen. The orang asli doesn't know this is a pen. Maybe they want to use this as a weapon. So that we say 50-50, yeah. If it is not 50% from me, if the thing doesn't need my 50%, then everybody will see the same. That is what our belief. That's why we always have a lot of we will feel very upset because I feel 100% is from him. He is the one who upset me. He is the terrible person. Yeah, you see, when I go around, I tell people, they say, yeah, everybody say, yeah, that's a terrible. He's a very terrible person. We think that the thing is 100% coming from them. If it is 100% coming from the person, then everybody will see the same thing. Everybody come into the room and say, oh, this is a tree knowledge. Everybody just know. Nobody need to teach you. You already know this is a tree knowledge. So I take out the equation. We say 50-50. Correct? So now I take out one equation first. Okay? Only this one. If the thing exists self-existently, which means that 100% coming from him, from the outside, without my participation, everybody will see the tree knowledge. That is our belief. That is our belief. That's why we are learning, why we need logical reasoning to help us. Yeah. Before I learned Dharma, I truly believe it's 100%. 100%. Wow, that person do like that to me. Oh, obviously that person is his problem. 100% is his problem. If it is 100% is his problem, that everybody will think that is his problem. But no, somebody think that he's a nice person. The dog think that he's a nice owner. The mommy think that he's a nice son. Right? The girlfriend thinks that, oh, he's such a great lover. So it's not 100%, not self-existently. Ellen, you got it right. Yeah. Can we say that there are a lot of raw data in the universe? These make up 50%, but because of our experience, 50 does make up the 100% of what we perceive as our reality. Yes, the 50%, okay? And then another 50% come from me. Remember last week I put the lady with the sunglasses? The 50% come from you. How? From your seats, from your side, that make the experience unique to you. I hope it's clearer now, Ellen. You got it right here.
Maybe I use a very simple term, but maybe Lego. It's not, there's a lot of Lego pieces, right? Then
Yeah.
I got certain experiences, or maybe I want to build this into a house. And some people can make this Lego, right, got a lot of pieces. So some people may take this the so-called pieces, right, to make into a car. Some maybe make it into a resort. So it's like the pieces all come from the universe, but because of our so-called seed or experiences, we make it, and 100% we can make the reality that we want.
Yeah.
Something like this. I'm trying to fix that in the
yeah. So the 50th, if you missed the class on class 8, this is class 8. If you miss class 7, please listen to the recording. I think class 7 I explained very, very well on this part and the difference between the lower middle way and the higher middle way in terms of the raw data, our reality. So if we are in the lower middle way, everything in our world, everything, the color, the shape, the size, and I form that, I organize in my mind, I organize in certain way. And I say, this is a lamb, this is a good experience, this is an angry person, this is a nice person. Okay, the 50% come from me, from what I see myself doing. I collect the seeds for that projection. The 50% come from me. But for the higher middle way, even the raw data itself, we created the raw data. The raw data is also coming from our projection. So we don't go there. But I did mention very clearly the difference. Watch the class 7. Okay, so today I want to focus on the lower middle way only. Okay, lower middle way. So 50%, we have the raw data outside, then 50% come from me. If without my 50%, the thing cannot, then we will say it exists self-existently, which cannot be, isn't it? If it is, then everybody will see Rache the same way. Everybody will see Emerald the same way. No, I don't know you. Then from my experience, 50%, they say, oh, Emerald is such she's so pleasant, such a nice person, So the 50% come from me, from my seeds. So, oh, she's a nice Vietnamese girl who speaks English so well, So it's come from me, the other 50%. If without my participation, everybody see Emerald. Oh, she's Emerald. Oh, she's Emerald from Vietnam. Everybody will know. But no, nobody know. Yeah. Nobody know. Then only from here, 50% come from me. Yeah, Ellen, you're right. We create the raw for the higher middle way. Watch the class 7. Please watch the class 7. Yeah, I think the class 7 is really perfect. Explain very, very well on the difference. So now, Oops, I only got 7 minutes. Okay, let's do the questions. Okay, some of the question we already done by discussion is already done. Let me just bring you in again. Question 2, they ask you, what are the things we are trying to prove do not exist really? We already mentioned just now, okay? Alan mentioned we prove the 3 knowledge do not exist really, which is the basic knowledge, perception of selflessness, have knowledge, perception of emptiness by a bodhisattva, and the knowledge of all things, omniscient, the state of mind of an enlightened being. Okay, so this question 2, we have done it. Question 3, do you think these things exist as one or many, neither or both? Angela already mentioned the 3 knowledge exists, but I said you have to add the word deceptively. The 3 knowledge exists deceptively as 3. Deceptively here means in class 7 we talk about here, just to help you to recall. Class 7 we say for things to exist in the 50-50 school, for things exist means that for things exist deceptively, they mean the same thing, the term. Or it also means to exist in conventional reality, independent origination, in cause and effect. Then the 50%, Rache, listen, she was like that already. Oh, sorry, I'm giving so many terms. Okay, 50% has to appear to me, 50% perceived by my mind. Okay, now. So when we say, do they exist? Of course they exist, but they exist deceptively. They exist deceptively means that 50% appear to me, 50% perceived by me. And I see it as 3. Okay? So that is question. Okay,
Sorry,
we have done this.
Richard. Sorry, what 3 leh?
Oh,
Why you say 3 leh? 3.
oh, we say, do they exist, the 3 knowledge? The 3
Oh,
knowledge.
knowledge
Do
of
they
that.
exist? Then we say, oh yeah, they exist. They exist as 3. They exist as 3 as they appear to me. They exist as 3 as perceived by me. 50-50. So they exist deceptively to me as 3 knowledge. As 3. Okay, not as many. Can
50, the one is the number 3 lah.
number 3. I mean number 3. No, number 3 is that in you see they appear as one knowledge, 2 knowledge, 3 knowledge. They appear as 3 to me, and I perceive this as 3. 50-50 make it, oh yeah, I see as 3. It come from me. It come from me, understand or not? 50% come from 50% they appear. So we need to add the word deceptively to means that 50-50. So the 3 knowledge, do they exist? Yes, they exist deceptively as 3 to me. Okay, that is unique to me. It looks like it is 3 to me. And then question 4. Question 4. And we have also discussed this thing. Do you think it is true if we say they do not exist really? Do you think it is true or not if we say they do not exist really? You say, yeah, it's true. Because really means what? Really means self-existently. Really means in it, from it. Really means independent of appearing to me and me perceiving it. Okay or not? When you say exist, really means they exist out there from their own side through some unique identity from their own without appearing to me and without my perceiving it. And that is a gacha. And that is a self-existent thing, which is a no-no, which is same like this one, 2-headed purple elephant. Okay, things do not exist really, because really means self-existently. If they do, then everyone will see the 3. Everyone, oh yeah, it's a 3 knowledge. I know it's a 3 knowledge. Let's see. Welcome. Yeah, gacha is mentioned in chapter 7. Helen, you can watch the recording. Mention very deeply on the gacha. And we have come to the last question on this one. What example is used to support this reasoning and what does it mean? We use the example of a reflection of an image in a mirror. Okay, to the person who doesn't understand how a mirror works, it seems that the reflection is the real thing, isn't it? It's a real thing. To a person who doesn't understand how things exist, it seems that something could exist 100%, exist out there on their own with some unique nature of their own. I love this the most. Oh, I love this baby the most. This is the key to everything. Okay, and the last part before we end our class, write out the reasoning called the emptiness of one or many. Consider the three knowledge. They don't exist really because they don't exist really as one thing. They don't exist really as many things. Example, they are like a reflection of an image in a mirror. This is the conclusion, the whole thing why we need to prove to ourselves, because there are things that we cannot see, we cannot hear, we cannot touch, but we can understand it through clear thinking. And that piece is the thing that we need to use logical reasoning to help us to establish. Okay, so that's it at my class, and I'm not going to go into this one. I'll move this into the next class. Yeah. So it proved to ourselves that our behavior now is the power within which we can create our future experience. And just by, if you through logic, you understand, you grasp it, it's enough for us to change our behavior and change our reality, and for us to see emptiness directly eventually. Just that step is so powerful. Okay, I won't go into this detail. This I'll talk about that next week. So let's end it nicely. Let's do a dedication. Just close your eyes. Be very, very happy with yourself. You have done something so extraordinary. We are collecting all these great seeds. Imagine we can hold it in our hands like a beautiful gemstone of goodness. Recall our holy guide. See how happy they are with you? Offer them this gemstone of goodness. See them accepting it. They bless it. And they carry it back into your heart. Feel it there in your heart. We feel so good that we want to keep it, and so we give it away. By the power of the goodness that we have just done, may all beings complete the collection of merit and wisdom, and thus gain the two ultimate bodies that merit and wisdom make. Use 3 long exhale. 1 to send up to the one person you want to help at the beginning of the class. 2 to send it to everyone you love. And 3 to everyone who have seen you, everyone you have seen. See them all filled with this goodness because of the ripples that you made. They don't know why, but something shift inside them because of the ripples that you made. Now bring attention back to the space here, to the room here. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. That ends our class today. Thank you.